Anne Alpern once wrote, "The greatest compliment to a professional woman is when she is finally taken for granted like the furniture in a room." Anne is known as a woman who had many great accomplishments, but would have vastly preferred to be remembered simply as a person who had many great accomplishments. Anne X. Alpern was born in Russia in 1903, but at the age of 3, her family immigrated to the United States and settled in Scenery Hill, Pennsylvania. In 1919, she entered the University of Pittsburgh and earned a bachelor's degree in 1923. At the urging of her father, she applied and was accepted into the University of Pittsburgh School of Law, from which she earned a degree in 1927. After graduating from law school, she began working as an attorney for a local law firm. In one of her early cases, the presiding judge questioned her interpretation of the law as too feminine. Anne responded, "There is no such thing as a feminine interpretation of the law, only the correct one." In another instance, while arguing a case before the state Supreme Court, the presiding judge, John Kephart, questioned her interpretation of the law and wanted to know where she had obtained her idea of what constituted a lawful claim in this case. Anne recited the legal citation and then added that it was Justice Kephart who had written the interpretation himself. He ruled in her favor. In 1939, Anne married attorney Erwin Swiss, and their daughter, Marcia, was born the following year. In 1942, after serving as an assistant in the city solicitor's office, Anne was promoted to the position of city solicitor in Pittsburgh. She was the first woman to hold that position in any major city. As city solicitor, she fought against steep rate increases in gas and electric. She put the issue of rate increases into personal terms when she stated that her own house had both a gas and electric broiler. "We use the gas broiler when I'm fighting the electric company, and the electric broiler when I'm fighting a gas company rate increase." She was elected to the Allegheny County Court of Common Pleas in 1954. In 1959, Governor David Lawrence appointed her state attorney general, making her not only the first woman to hold that position in Pennsylvania, but in any state in the country. She would hold that position for 2 years when on July 26, 1961, Governor Lawrence appointed her to the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania to fill a vacancy created by the resignation of Chief Justice Charles Alvin Jones. Becoming the first female Supreme Court justice in Pennsylvania was the pinnacle of Anne's legal career. However, because Anne was appointed rather than elected to the court, the law required her to run for a full term in a special election that November. Her opponent was Henry O'Brien. During the election, O'Brien stated, "Anne Alpern is not qualified, and she should not try to take jobs that men ought to have." Anne responded, "It does not matter if it is a man or a woman. You are either competent or not, and you, sir, are not." Although she was narrowly defeated in the election by Henry O'Brien, Anne Alpern was recognized at the time as a true pioneer in her profession. In fact, nearly 3 decades would pass before the next woman would serve on the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. After Anne's defeat, Governor Lawrence appointed her to the seat in the Court of Common Pleas in Allegheny County that had been vacated by O'Brien. In that role, she presided over the Stop Skybus lawsuit and issued a court order that stopped the Port Authority from moving forward with its plans to build the controversial mass transit system. Many awards and honors were bestowed on Anne Alpern during her life and also after her passing in 1981. During her life, Anne was awarded an honorary degree of Doctor of Laws from the University of Pittsburgh. In 1994, the Pennsylvania Bar Association established the Anne X. Alpern Award, which is awarded annually to a female jurist who demonstrates excellence in the legal profession and makes a significant professional impact on women in the law. Judge Joy Flowers Conti, senior United States District Judge and second recipient of the award, said, "Through her long career in the Pennsylvania justice system, and even after her death, Anne served as a role model for women lawyers and judges, and she has impacted so many women in Pennsylvania and the United States." When asked about her mother's remarkable legacy, Marcia Swiss responded, "There are so many people that make a difference in this world, and not all of them will be remembered in history. It makes me so proud that my mother is not one that has been forgotten and is being celebrated for all that she has accomplished."